All right, legends, welcome on in to a brand new series here on WrestleChats. I am Sharpy, obviously. We are going to be reviewing Monday Night Raw for the 28th of April, 2025. This is a new series that we are going to be doing going forward. I'm going to try and do this weekly, and then I think we're going to try and do SmackDowns and a week sort of in review with Ray on the weekends going forward. We're still trying to get that sorted, but I figured for now it's easier for me to quickly do some reviews after Monday Night Raw, which is Tuesday here in Australia. So basically, I'm going to just go through. I've watched the majority of Monday Night Raw. There's a few bits and pieces I might have missed along the way. Obviously, I worked today, but I've sort of gone through the TikToks and watched a bit of Raw myself and sort of got the gist of what's happened for the show. So I'm going to basically review it and give some opinions on it going forward. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this. Let me know in the comment section if you're new here. Please make sure you also hit that follow button, like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're still trying to get this channel up and running, but Seth Rollins comes out with his new faction and starts the show himself, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and talks for a little bit and basically says that the industry is running through him now. He's the new future with having Bron Breakker by his side and the wise man, Paul Heyman. It's interesting that he's still the wise man. I don't know if I like that or not. I think they'll probably find a new nickname for him going forward, but nonetheless, the wise man is, yes, obviously with Paul Heyman and with Seth Rollins, and I think that it was a good start to the show. I don't like because for probably about 10 years we had promos starting the show for so long, so I don't mind it when it's occasional, but I feel like Raw just needs to be a little bit careful in terms of not starting the show with too many promos going forward. I do like a match, something different, and then maybe a promo, like try and keep it a bit fresh. But pretty good promo. Basically just said, even though you still want to throw your ones up for Roman Reigns and you still want to cheer for Punk, you guys can't deny the fact that, the industry is now running through this, which is Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker. To which he gets interrupted by Sami Zayn, which I thought was a very interesting choice after Sami Zayn was basically just celebrating with Jey Uso last week on Raw with Jimmy Uso as well. So, bit out of the blue, a bit random. Didn't hate it, though. Didn't hate it. Sort of, we know that they've got a lot of personal chemistry and personal history. And, so Sami comes out and basically disrespects Seth straight away and says, "This is all garbage. What are you doing?" And Seth kind of takes offense to that and then proceeds to say, "If you don't sort of get behind us, then bad things are going to happen to you." And he kept saying, "It's not a threat. It's not a threat. I'm just saying, like, if you're not with us, then you become a target. Then you're going to be in trouble." Sami basically said, "Tell Breakker to stop looking at me like that or I'm going to try and kick his head in." And then it kind of broke down from there. So Seth sort of said to him, "Look, you've got one or two choices. The first choice behind, door number one is you get along with us and we, leave you alone. Or if you don't want to, I can send you over to SmackDown and get you maybe a world title shot and get you out of our hair so that we don't have to harm you." And Sami basically had the whole night to think about it. And the main event, which we'll get back to, was bookend by this. And the end of the show was also culminated with this as well. So then we moved on to Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez, which is a pretty damn good match. And they went about 10-15 minutes. They actually had enough time to have a good match, which I really enjoyed. Thought the match was pretty good. And it looked like they were going to have a nice clean finish. Both were hitting, looking like they were going to hit their finishes when, is it Julia, whatever her name is, from NXT also popped up. They both just attacked Rhea when she sort of got the edge over the top of Perez, and then Io Sky came out and saved Rhea Ripley. So a bit of hinting that this is probably going to be a tag team match, and Io may not defend her title at Backlash. I'm not sure yet. We're obviously not sure. We're still a fair way out. Oh, no, we're not. We're actually only a week and a half from Backlash. So maybe it's a tag team match. Maybe it's a world title match between Rhea and Io, but we're not sure at this stage. But it's certainly leaning towards a tag team match between Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Giulia Julia, and Roxanne Perez. I love Roxanne Perez. I know it's been said on the channel by Ray that he wasn't a big fan ages ago. I've always been a fan of Perez. She's just little pocket rocket, and she's just so good to watch. She's just such a good wrestler, and I love everything she does. So, very much looking forward to it. The Prodigy is going to be a mainstay on Raw going forward. And then we moved on to Jey Uso coming out, Logan Paul. Pretty decent but quick promo battle here. I kind of like that they didn't have to stuff around too long. Logan just came out and was basically, look, dude, I'm probably going to take your title off you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can have a shorter reign than your IC title. And then Jey Uso pretty much just kicked him right in the head and wandered off, so yeeted with the crowd a fair bit. I didn't mind this segment. Again, short and sweet, sometimes better than some of the long segments that we got. Again, the start of the show was pretty long, and the end of the show was pretty long, 40 minutes sort of thing. A lot of people are out at the moment. I think that's that post-WrestleMania people taking time off sort of thing. And then we had a couple of backstage things with like Karrion Kross saying to Sami Zayn, like, "Ooh, you got a choice to make. You better make the right one," and stuff like that. So I love what Karrion Kross is doing at the moment. I think I want to see Killer Kross though. I don't want to see Karrion Kross. I like Karrion Kross and what he's doing, but I also think that if he can bring out Killer Kross, that would be sick, because some of the stuff he was cutting on some of those like website shows and stuff were crazy, especially with like Sam Roberts and stuff. I thought they were great. But then we moved over to War Raiders and Judgment Day. I thought the match was good. I'm just so sick of the War Raiders now. I've had enough. They need a break. I know one of them did an ACL a while ago and they had a lot of time off. I don't know, man. I'm sick of them. I need a break from the War Raiders. They wrestle tag team matches every single week on Raw. It feels like, anyway. If it's not War Raiders versus Judgment Day, it's War Raiders versus New Day. If it's not New Day versus Judgment Day, you know what I mean? It's just like these 3 or 4 teams are just in rotation. I'm sick of it. The fact that Penta interfered got me a little bit excited, because that may be the lead into Penta and Ray Phoenix teaming up. They are brothers, and I am looking forward to that. If they do pull the trigger on them for Backlash, I will be very excited, and I hope they win the tag team championships from the New Day at Backlash. But we don't know yet. Phoenix obviously didn't show up. But yes, very much looking forward to Penta and hopefully Phoenix teaming up very soon. But nonetheless, JD McDonough as well put in a great performance. It was so good to see him back. Really, really enjoyed. I just love JD, and I think everybody after that incident can't not like him. And it's starting to get really hard to not like the Judgment Day. Like, everyone loves Liv, everyone loves Dom, everyone's loving JD, and we all love Carlito. So it's like, time to turn them face, I think, soon. I think it's very much time to make them good guys. It's like sneaky good guys, but I don't know. Either you find a way to turn them against Dom and then they go back to being heels, or you find a way to turn all of them, because I really enjoy the stuff they're doing at the moment. There was a tease for AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio for Backlash, which I really hope happens. Also, Adam Pearce wasn't on the show. I think, I don't know if he had a health thing or if he was busy with a certain commitment, but we had Nick Aldis as the GM for the show, which I love Nick Aldis, and I think he still should have wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania. As much as I loved Joe Hendry popping up, that's another discussion for another day. If Aldis gets a match in WWE, I'll be very, very happy. The next one we moved to was Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch, the promo. I'm not digging this. I know I'm gonna dig the match at Backlash, but I'm just not digging the feud at the moment. I'm not loving it. I think that it just feels so forced and so quick. Like, I don't know. Bayley, it was revealed that Becky attacked Bayley, and it was like, yeah, no shit, obviously. I don't know. It just felt so forced. It felt like a sped up version of the Jade Cargill story. Lyra Valkyria looked unreal tonight in her green sort of Irish colours and with the IC title around her waist. I think this is going to be a good match, and she did remind us that she has beaten Becky Lynch for the NXT Championship before, so she's 1-0 against Becky Lynch, and I'm very much looking forward to the match. It's just the build-up for me feels pretty stale. I'm not loving that. Then we moved on to another, but yeah, and Becky Lynch went off on the mic and was just yelling her head off, and then Valkyria found a way to attack her, and then Becky Lynch ran away. So, yeah, I didn't love it. Didn't love it, but I know I'm going to enjoy the match. Friends in real life always have good matches, and they are obviously really close friends in real life. So I'm looking forward to them having a banger match at Backlash. I think that'll be a lot of fun. We then move over to Ivy Nile and Stephanie Vaquer. I still don't know how to say her name. She has been absolutely dominating on the show at the moment. I love everything she's doing. She's wrestling so much, and she's putting on these banger matches. And, you know, I love her on NXT because it's just so good to hear Booker T the whole time go, oh, yeah. But these guys got like a 15, 20-minute match. Like, it was a while that they got to wrestle for. And, yeah, they put out all the stops. Gable sort of didn't really interfere too much. There wasn't anything too untoward. They just kind of let the girls go out there and really show them that, you know, Ivy Nile is so underrated. I really enjoyed the match today between the two of them. I thought that Ivy Nile proved that she's definitely someone that deserves to have like an IC title or a US title opportunity going forward. Really, really happy that she got to have a good match on Raw and really show out. Even though she didn't win, I mean, you can't beat the NXT champion because then that makes her look weak. But really enjoyed the match. Thought the match was really, really good. So I'm very happy for her to get that TV time as well. Obviously not being on Mania. Yeah, it would have been disappointing. So, and then we had Pat McAfee sort of get on the table and talk about Gunther. Called him an Austrian asshole, which I really liked. I thought that was quite funny. A couple of good little one-liners in there. And then he called out the SmackDown version of Adam Pearce, which I thought was funny as well. But what I don't like is we're going to have Pat McAfee versus Gunther at Backlash. Why, man? Why? I don't get it. Why wouldn't we have a rematch? I know we've had Gunther versus Jey Uso like 4 times already, and they don't want to repeat that, and I understand that. But also at the same time, wouldn't you want to have Gunther have a rematch for his world championship that he just lost, or do we not do that anymore? You know what I mean? It's kind of annoying. Like, Cody's gone. He's not having a rematch. Gunther's not getting a rematch. Do we not do rematch clauses anymore? Like, was that a thing that we're just supposed to forget about that was always around for ages? So, yeah, it was just one of those things that kind of bugged me a bit too. But it looks like it's been greenlit, so can't touch each other till Backlash. But I'm sure Gunther will find a way to break into Raw next week and get after McAfee. We then had the main event. Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, also back on the mics, saying, I'm not going to bloody be threatened by you. I'm not going to take it. So go to hell, basically. And then Breaker's music hits. They have a match. And unlike last year when Sami Zayn was beating Bron Breakker for the IC title and stuff like that, Breakker destroyed him the whole time. Ran around the ring, speared the absolute crap out of him, and then Seth, you know, once they were all back in the ring, gave him a big fat curb stomp. Ended the show with Seth, Breakker, and Paul Heyman looking at the camera, sort of staring it down, and pretty strong performance from those guys. A lot of airtime, but I guess, you know, you've probably got guys like Gunther, who's genuinely having a break because he was a world champion for like 9 months. Cody definitely having a break. You got Punk probably having a break. You got Roman, although they might pop up in SmackDown. I can't really remember what shows they're on at the moment. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comment section. But there's always a bunch of guys and girls that have time off after WrestleMania, and I think that like Bayley's probably one of them as well, but not by choice. But yeah, I think overall the show was nowhere near as good as last week, but I still enjoyed it in patches. A lot more wrestling this week, really, than promos. The main promos were just the Pat McAfee stuff, the Sami Zayn stuff, a quick Jey Uso, Logan Paul promo, and that was about it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the show in the comment section below. And hopefully you guys enjoy this sort of setup that we're doing here. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one next week. I'm going to try and get the one with Ray sorted so that we can have it after a SmackDown on a Saturday or a Sunday. But yeah, we'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this format. Let me know in the comment section below if we should keep doing it. Bye for now. Peace.